카메라를 바라보세요. 스마일. 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 스마일.
If you drink hot water with turmeric and lemon every morning on an empty stomach, this is what will happen in your body.
So 2024 is coming to a close, and thanks to you, it was by far our biggest year yet. And that's entirely because of you, Mug Club, which is now Rumble Premium, and that's a huge step that we're really excited about. Widening that umbrella, where I know that for a long time you've been wanting an alternative to YouTube. And it's getting there. I mean, 2 of the biggest streams, including this one, the biggest election streams in the world, they weren't on YouTube, they were on Rumble. Now there's one portal where you can join, get the content ad-free, and an entire catalog of content, as opposed to just Mug Club. And that's entirely because of your work and your support. No donors, no people telling us or you what the content can and cannot be. It's probably the thing I'm most grateful for here. I think all of us are. And because of you, along with the Daily Show, the biggest election stream on the internet ever, we've been able to do a lot of really impactful things that I hope all of you can be proud of. I mean, on the ground investigative videos. This year alone, the video on the Oklahoma Chinese marijuana farms, the Colombia Hamas encampments, the Communist Party of America, the CNN confronts that we did.
I think CNN is the worst outlet.
You've helped us create narrative, reshaping super videos, black and white and the gray issues, and it's almost like talking with people, things that could never work on traditional media. And frankly, I was told would never work in media. And we bet it all on you, and we appreciate you supporting us. Big thing that happened this year could never have taken place without us. I say serving, but also being beholden to you directly. You know, you've heard me say this, you always owe. If you're in a giant nonprofit, well, you owe the donors. If you are in a giant corporation, sometimes you owe specific sponsors. Sometimes you owe specific corporate entities or forces. You owe somebody, you serve somebody. We serve hundreds of thousands of you. And I wouldn't have it any other way. That's why we were able to do things like the undercover projects that made a huge difference. I mean, you had what we did in Ohio, you had Chippewa Falls, you had the UN video, the Navy DEI installment, of course the DOJ being weaponized against Donald Trump, something we all knew was happening, but you were able to help confirm on video by an official.
That he will in fact delay it.
They ought to drop it. They shouldn't delay it.
And of course the Jay Varma story, the COVID architect in New York. And yes, you probably enjoyed some holiday cheer at his sex parties while you were locked down. All of that is because of you. We can't tell you how much it means to us, how grateful we are, how excited we are to take this next step with Rumble Premium, with more brothers, sisters, Z's in arms than ever before. And thank you. Watch us now.
This was a movement like nobody's ever seen before.
3 guys, 1 tree.
Look, you've done something that nobody's ever done. You've done the streams bigger than anybody. The largest stream on the planet for election night.
If you're on the right, your spirit's up. On election night, the libs really sucked. Simply laughing at insufferable liberals cry. Simply laughing at insufferable liberals cry. If you're for the dawn, you're full of cheer. We'll be in good hands by early next year. Simply laughing at insufferable liberals cry. Simply laughing at insufferable liberals cry.
voted for him.
The unhinged liberals sing their song.
Why would anyone vote for this person? He's so evil. Not with you and your mother and your sister.
Simply laughing at insufferable liberals cry. Simply laughing at insufferable liberals cry.
You are going to hell for this.
Kamala's out. Her joy is gone. Trump beat the brat. Inflation's about to come down. Simply laughing at insufferable liberals cry. The crying liberals scream out their lines. Some part of their brains went wrong. Ding dongs, ding dongs, ding.
It's not right to support someone like him.
MAGA won. Time to get tough. Not just on crime, but all the feds who are so corrupt. Simply laughing at insufferable liberals cry. Simply laughing at insufferable liberals cry.
I chose family. I chose women. I chose America.
This is what people wanted. I vehemently disagree.
The time is right. We can't let up. Let's fight like hell. Oh, our nation needs us. Simply laughing at insufferable liberals cry. Simply laughing at insufferable liberals cry. Simply laughing at insufferable liberals cry. Liberals cry.
Oh, I'm so glad to be with you this year with Santa, Santa Claus. It's my favorite time. I have to take off this glove because it's very difficult to work the iPad. You know, we used to do this. We used to do it the manual way, but now I've got to use my thumb to make sure that everything's working swimmingly. And Santa's actually had to correct a few out-of-line elves, so my voice is a little bit strained. But this is my favorite time of year. We get to do this every year, spend this time with you, and because of your support to the North Pole Club, now North Pole Premium, we're able to do a lot of good around this country around Christmas time. It's time to put some of the divisiveness aside and focus on the things that we can change, the communities we can improve, and the people's lives we can make just a little bit easier, make that burden of theirs around this time of year just a little bit lighter, and make that shimmer in their eye just a little bit brighter. And some people out there having a tough time. They have for a while now, and I know things are looking up, but they need a little bit of help making that special Christmas happen. And so we're very grateful to be able to pair with some fantastic charities. Mm-hmm. You know, sometimes the North Pole, we do some outsourcing. We bring in consultants to make sure that we really know where your support is going to do the most good. And so we're really excited. We found some great families and organizations this year that really will just put that Yuletide in your eggnog, if you will. Yes.
Girl, you're not going to believe what I just found out. You know those little tricks no one tells you about but make all the...
And we're happy to work with them. And of course, I have my two top elves here today. Before we talk with these families and the wonderful children, we have Elf Gerald. Thank you for being here, sir.
Absolutely. Merry Christmas, Santa.
Merry Christmas to you, too.
Yeah.
And happy Hanukkah to those out there who aren't fans of mine, but I'm still there for you. And of course, my very top elf, he was actually the nicest boy on Santa's list for... Was it 123 years in a row?
127, Santa.
127. Elf Joshua, thank you for helping us this year.
Oh, no problem. It's my pleasure. I mean, a little tired. I had a couple too many nogs last night.
Oh, I know.
But the Christmas cheers hit me bright this morning.
That's true. The Christmas cheer. It's and you know, with nog, it's also very odd that happens because this is virgin eggnog, so we still haven't figured it out.
It's an excuse that he's been using. That's why it's not 130 years running.
I think it's called psychosomatic intoxication.
Yeah.
He can't even try cough syrup. He thinks there's something and there's nothing. Now,
I call them candies.
That's right. Yes. Oh, we had to have the little elf stomach pumped several times. Oh, they're not stickers. Don't take them off when you go to the elf hospital.
No, they do taste good, though.
No. Oh, I don't know how he did it for 127 years. Once he broke his streak, he was like that rebellious teenager. He just decided to go nuts, just candy canes and eggnog. And
we'll fire him before next year.
No. He brings a lot of cheer to a lot of people. Speaking of which, is everyone here, all you people out there and all you North Pole Premium members ready to go help some families? Yeah, you want to hear from the families? That's the best part, getting to see the good that everyone out there gets to do. All right, well, let's get this North Pole Christmas party started, and let's introduce all of you. It's time to meet the first family and start the giving back process. Oh, that stinger never gets old.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
We spared no expense here at the North Pole. We had to change things, lay off a few elves and, change the labor practices, but we have to change with the times. So our first special family, they actually hail from Big Sky country. That's relative from the North Pole. It's pretty much nothing but Big Sky over here, but...
I've been there.
They're from a place known as Montana. Have you been there?
Oh, I've been there. I tried to get reindeer from there. Turns out they're elk.
That's true. Very different.
Yeah, they didn't fly.
You know what they called them in French? Chevreuil. Chevreuil. Do you know what they call them in Botswana?
That's not true, Santa. No.
I'm multilingual. Who's the big guy? So they come from Montana, and Jeff and Sarah have been married for 17 years. They have 4 beautiful, wonderful children together, and here they are, Jeff and Sarah, to introduce themselves and their story.
Hi, Louder with Crowder team. My name is Jeff. This is my wife, Sarah. We have 4 wonderful kids. Older daughter, she's 16. Her name's Evelyn. And we got Elias, he's 14. Malachi, he's 12. And Ezekiel, he's 8 years old. Our middle child, Malachi, we found out 22 weeks in the womb that he was born with half a heart. We moved the family down to Denver, even though we had a doctor here in town that told us that we should abort our son, which was definitely not on the table for us. We had 3 open heart surgeries. Prior to that, also, our 16-year-old daughter, she wasn't 16 at the time.
So she was 3 and I was 8 weeks pregnant. Basically, her body can't create its own red blood cells. So from the time she was 3 until just 3 years ago, she was controlled on prednisone. Evelyn, once a month at this point, receives a 7 to 8 hour blood transfusion.
I used to own a business for 6 years. It was a coffee shop in town, had 3 shops. And as we all know, as you too, COVID hit, then had to close down the business in 2022. We lost our house. Ultimately, we had to end up moving in with my mom. It's not the greatest situation. We have our room, and then all 4 of our kids stay in the basement. But I've been applying for 10 to 15 different jobs throughout that to see what the next step was. It's hard to talk about it because I'm supposed to be the strong one. I'm supposed to be the one that provides for the family. And when you don't feel like that's happening and you're doing that, it's very hard on yourself.
This isn't just hard for him as a guy, it's hard for me because it's my favorite thing to do is to give to others. Even if all of you just pray for us and pray that jobs and opportunities just open up. And we just thank you for even taking the time to watch.
And I believe we have them on the line. What a very touching story. That happens every year here where there's not a dry eye in the house. They have 4 children, Zeke, Malachi, Elias, and Evelyn. Let's meet the family of Jeff and Sarah. Jeff and Sarah, Merry Christmas. And let me see here. I have a smaller screen, but I want to make sure that, is that right there? Oh, is that Zeke? Yeah. Right there, so Zeke there. Well, what a handsome young man. And let me see if I remember all the names. Santa isn't as sharp as he used to be. I can see right there, that's Malachi. Hi, Malachi. Merry Christmas. Look at all of you. And then I know you have, there's Elias. Boy, you're looking much bigger than I thought. 14. What are they putting in the milk? In Big Sky Country. And of course, there's beautiful Evelyn. Merry Christmas. Hi, Evelyn. Oh, there we are. We have a little bit of a connection. I don't know if you know this, at the North Pole, we're still back on 3G sometimes, so it's a little bit slower. But are you boys and girls all excited? Your mom and dad, Jeff and Sarah, they set this up and reached out to Santa to make it very special this year. Did you tell them thank you?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Jeff and Sarah, thank you for reaching out. Can you tell us a little bit about your family here and why you reached out to Santa? I know that little Zeke, is he still a daredevil doing all of the extreme sports, as people call it?
Yes, he sure is. He kind of gets his hands in everything. Anything that has to do with wheels or extreme, that's what Zeke is doing. So 100%.
Well, that's a big thing. This year, too, a very popular item are Power Wheels, but there's a problem with copyright infringement and being made overseas, but we don't need to get into that. I know there's Malachi, too, and Malachi, you still like to draw. You still a big fan of is it Sonic, I believe? That's the one you like a lot, right?
Yes.
And, of course, Star Wars. I know all the boys there must love Star Wars. That's a big thing this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
He's
know
older.
that's right. And then I know that Elias, a little older, likes to ride dirt bikes, play Call of Duty. But Elias, let's not show Call of Duty to the little ones, all right?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's a season for love and peace, not urban warfare. So, tell us a little, Jeff and Sarah, about your family and what it's like to have 4 strapping and beautiful children.
It's amazing. We didn't really plan for this in the beginning. You never know how many kids you're going to have, and obviously Sarah and I have talked about it and stuff, and we ended up with these wonderful 4 children that all have amazing different personalities and goals and dreams, and it's just a blessing just to watch them grow up into their own shells, basically. So.
Oh, that's so true. You know, Santa, of course, loves children, and the most exciting thing is seeing children when they go from being babies and turning into young people, and you can see how they're all.
Ivermectin is the perfect medicine to fight COVID and other parasites, but it's not the easiest to obtain, certainly not in Massachusetts. All Family Pharmacy is where I go to get my ivermectin, and with cold and flu season creeping in, now's the time to stock up. Ivermectin is really, really a valuable tool to fight off any kind of viruses you get. Question is, where to get it? The answer, allfamilypharma.com/Howie.
All different, but they have different dreams and ambitions. And I would imagine having 4 is quite expensive. So, Evelyn, it's a good thing you like thrift shopping and antique stores.
Yeah, she does love thrift shopping. So,
have you found anything good this year, Evelyn? I'd imagine at Christmas it's just a smorgasbord.
Yeah, I found some pretty good things this year.
What did you just find?
I found a bear on Wednesday that goes for $510.
A bear that goes for $5? Did he perform in the Russian circus?
No.
So it's like a porcelain bear.
It's a porcelain bear. Whoa, boy. Well, I bet that mom and dad are less concerned about your allowance hearing that.
Yeah. I paid for it for 99 cents, so I get a little cut out of it.
Well, sure. There's always a finder's fee. Mrs. Claus finds her way in there. Next thing you know, a new fur-lined dress. It's part of the deal. And Zeke, so Zeke, I had heard a story that you actually are so into extreme sports. I remember that when you were only 2, you may not remember this, you carried a skateboard all the way up a slide and rode it down. Do you remember doing that?
Yeah.
You do? Boy, you know what they say about people who can remember back that far. That means you're very intelligent, but that's also an incredible risk. Our HR department would not allow that here. Were you scared going down that slide on a skateboard? That must have been very fast.
Were you scared?
No.
No.
Not even a little bit. Boy, I tell you, Santa was not. Santa wasn't so brave when he was little. I was actually afraid to fly. Did you know that?
No.
No, Santa. That's why Santa had to feed the magic corn to the reindeer. I couldn't fly commercial. Let alone, I'm not getting on Spirit Airlines flying over Haiti this year. But I understand that you've all been very good this year, and your parents really wanted a special Christmas for you. So, look, this is sort of against the rule. We don't usually do this. And everything else, you have to promise you're going to wait until Christmas morning for your presents. Does everyone promise?
I promise.
You promise. No. And no peeking, no shaking. Okay. Well, because, one time here, I have Elf Joshua here. One time he peeked. It was a year. He had a power pen. You may not remember these. And it ruined his whole Christmas. You ruined the surprise.
It was ruined. I had nothing to open on Christmas. I was so sad.
Well, you opened it, but you knew what it was. And it just wasn't the same.
No, it wasn't the same.
No, you learned your lesson, though. And he's still a good elf. So no peeking, no shaking. No annoying mom and dad. What do I get? What do I get? So if you promise that, we do have a surprise for you right now. Where for each of you, I believe we have someone there who will bring them out. You get to open one special present today because Santa, well, he's also busy on Christmas Day. So, and while they're doing that, Jeff, Sarah, is there anything that you wanted to highlight about your boys or girls before they enjoy their surprise?
Yeah, that, Evelyn is just so strong. You know our story, and
yes,
and it's just amazing to see her grow up and be such a independent woman. But for everything that she's gone through, how strong and joyful she is over the years, and how much she can just put a smile on everybody's face when she walks into a room. She's just amazing. Ezekiel, of course, my little danger boy.
Yes.
We have to worry about him sometimes when he's just outside doing his own thing, but
Evil Kid Ezekiel, they call him.
There you go. Yeah. He's got an amazing heart. He loves people, and just amazing how he's growing. Elias, my oldest boy, he's in that age, so it's a little awkward right now, but he's smart and he's learning things and he's figuring out stuff, and he's kind and generous and just an overall good person, great to his friends. And I'm just proud of him as he's growing up as a man, and he's helping out his family and even helping out his friends without even them asking. And that's amazing. And then we got Mal stuck behind a present, but the creativity that he has and the strength and the gumption to just do anything despite anything that he has, holding him back, is truly amazing to see, and it strengthens me,
Yes, do you hear that? And Malachi and Evelyn, that's, sometimes we go through hard things and we don't know what's around the corner, but hearing your story, I know a lot of people, you have helped give other people strength and inspiration, and that's no small thing. That's like a little bit of Christmas cheer all year round. I hope you know that with what you do.
Yeah.
And it really means a lot to your mom and dad. I know they're so proud of all of you, the way they spoke of you, just glowing. I hope you know how much mom and dad love you. Okay, it looks like everyone has their presents. Okay, you can each open your gift when Santa counts down from 3. Are you ready? All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the hand with the gloves, see, because this one can't operate the iPad, so this is more festive. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Merry Christmas to the whole family. Oh, this is the best part.
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader?
There you go.
Amazing.
Thank you, Santa. Thank you.
There you go, Evelyn. I knew it was on your list. There's so many headphones, too, this year.
Music.
And Zeke, what do you have there?
Headphones?
You got headphones too. Well, look, you also know Santa knows your list, so you continue being good. There's more where that came from on Christmas, everyone. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. We're so happy to be able to help out. And also, this isn't just for the children today. You know that Sarah actually told my elves something that Jeff wanted us to know, and I wanted to read it, if that's okay. Where you said if you could see the cards that hung on our walls of our coffee shop, you would be in tears. And of course, people know the story, and many people experienced something similar to what you went through, never the exact same, but a lot of businesses suffered and families did. I know it was hard. Could you tell everyone here at the North Pole what these cards were, Sarah?
Yes, they were cards from our community, just thanking my husband so much for the kind little things that he would do. As people came in to get coffee and things, he would ask them about their day or who they were and their story, and if they were new in town or if they were local, and he just got to know them and love on them. And depending on their situation, sometimes he would just give them coffee. He would give them a coffee gift card. He used to make homemade Pop-Tarts, which were amazing. And he would put those in boxes and just give to people. And he just loved on our community and people well. And so they were full of thank yous from different people.
And I hope the whole family knows that's the kind of man your dad is. When things were tough for everyone there, he was still serving others. And of course, I can guess from the names that you're all a family of believers there. And we're called as believers to be lovers of people first and to serve others. And children, your father and your mother are great examples. Ouch! Of that, and we really do appreciate. Also, I'll want one of those homemade Pop-Tarts now that I know about it.
100%.
Not Kroger cookies won't do.
No cookies. We'll do Pop-Tarts this year. Yeah.
Oh, I'm a big fan. It gets, it's just a little variety to spice things up. Now, because of all the good that you've done, the whole family of Jeff and Sarah, actually Santa's elves needed some help from Sarah, your sister, Amanda, for this next part, because I know that you've been through a lot and some expenses, of course, have accrued over the last couple of years. So I believe that they're there. We do have a very special gift, one last gift from Mom and Dad. Can you help us there, Sarah's sister, Amanda? This is where Santa has to make sure I have the timing down cold. There we go.
Oh my gosh.
There we go.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
It's a check to hopefully help ease some of the burden this year for Christmas for $10,000 to the family. so you can do with it what you want, because I know you helped so many other people during tough times and you've been through it yourself. So that's a token of our gratitude for what you've done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
That's
so very much.
unbelievably grateful. And
Well, we're very happy to have families like you. Don't go spending it all in one place now.
no.
No,
Definitely.
I can't do that with my elf Joshua here. One time he got a bonus, and boy, it was just candy canes.
Well, that's sweet too. Which reminds me, please leave some candy canes for me as well.
That's true, but
I'll take a Pop-Tart.
But he had a stomachache for a good almost a year until next Christmas. So just, spread it around. Make sure you're prudent with it. Jeff, Sarah, the whole family. I have to go help some other families here today, but I love you all very much, and I hope to be, seeing you asleep on Christmas. Evelyn, Malachi, Elias, Zeke, Jeff, and Sarah, thank you so much, and I hope this helps you all have a little bit more of a Merry Christmas this year.
It does. Thank you so much.